Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Papa D's Range Time. I'm Papa D. I'm out on the range in front of my Challenge Targets dual propeller and 6-arm Texas Star, finding a little shade. It's a tad bit warm, and I've been working on trying to get this review together for 2 or 3 weeks now. You'll probably see me in several different outfits or clothes because this has been, I'll shoot something, I don't like it, I'll try something else. So this is the 3rd or 4th time that I've sat down at this table trying to take and make sure this thing comes out right. So what I have in front of me, I have the Springfield HellCat in front of me with the standard and then the extended mag that comes with it. I have the Canik TP9 Elite SC subcompact with the magazine that comes with it. I have a Glock 43 with a standard magazine and then another magazine with an extension on it. All of these are in 9mm. I have a Shield Plus that I've had. I do Shield Plus, but I have a Shield that I've had for quite some time with the extended magazine and the flush mount magazine, and then, as I just mentioned, the Shield Plus. This was originally going to be all about the Shield Plus, what I liked about it, how it shot, stuff like that, and I'm going to extend it into something a little bit different than that. Really want to kind of compare it. Let me start with, I ran some rounds through the Shield Plus. It's taken and coming in with 10 rounds on the flush magazine and then 13 rounds on the extended magazine. Is really nice. It's got a flat face trigger on it, and whenever I was running rounds through this thing, I was extremely pleased with how well balanced this gun is. I always felt that the regular Shield was a tad top heavy, and from a balance standpoint it just didn't feel exactly right. It also had the curved face trigger on it, which I wasn't crazy about their trigger, but it was definitely doable. I've shot a lot of rounds and I have carried the regular M&P Shield before, but the limitation of the 8-round magazine for the extended magazine, I really was uneasy about it. With the Shield Plus and the 13 and the 10, that makes it nice. The other thing I liked about the Shield Plus, and I'm getting way off of my notes here as far as which direction I wanted to go, but work with me. One of the things about the Shield Plus, it fits the holsters of the regular Shield because your upper is exactly the same on both of your shields. As far as the guns, and I'll try to take and use this second camera, as far as the guns, again, the uppers are exact. If you take and compare the rest of the gun, top to bottom, top of the rail to the bottom of the magazine, they are also exact. The difference in the Shield Plus is it's a kind of a double stack or a stack and a half magazine to hold the extra rounds, and the grip is a total of 110 thousandths wider than the Shield, which I like. If you put that into perspective, if you put 3 credit cards together, that thickness is what the thickness is, the thickness, extra thickness on the Shield Plus. Whenever I was working, had problems with my thumb before I had surgery in June of last year, the smaller single stack guns were aggravating the bones in my hand, hence the surgery took care of that, getting the bones out, and I'm coming back. At that time, on some of my subcompacts, I put a Hogue Precision rubber grip on them in order to make it a little bit wider to distribute the impact in the palm of my hand, and I really liked that. I didn't want to put the grip on it just because I didn't want to add any width to it, but from a shootability, it helped me out a bunch. Moving right through these particular guns, I'm going to start with the 43 because I have the most experience with it. Glocks are Glocks. They're going to take and go bang every time you pull the trigger, and that's a plus. Unfortunately, They have a trigger that they claim to be 5.5 pounds. I've measured it a little bit more than that, closer to 6 to 6.25. The single stack that they come with is a 6, and or the flush mount is a 6. It does have the pinky groove, so I can get all of my fingers on the Glock 43. Whenever I'm concealing and wearing this gun, it is extremely concealable. So right off the bat, I had to put money in the 43 because I put mag extensions on some of my mags so that I could get my 8 rounds that I really wanted to have on it. I also put some trigger bar, whatever it is, the 3.5 pound connector on the inside. Again, putting money into a gun that I'd already bought. So the Glock shoots the way I want it to shoot now, but from a price standpoint, it just kept on adding up. Whenever I bought the M&P Shield, it was bone stock, and it is still bone stock. I can shoot this gun just like it is and be very proficient with it. As far as the Shield Plus, the few rounds that I've put on it, I have maybe 100 rounds in it right now, with the flat face trigger and the balance of the gun, plus the grip texture is a little bit more aggressive than on the standard Shield that I have, and I really like it. Whenever I grab this gun, it sticks, which I really like. So the Shield Plus in my book is going to rival some of the other guns. I know I had a 365 out here at one time. I borrowed it from a friend of mine. Really liked the gun, but from the price point, I'm paying almost double for a 365 and getting the same value in the Shield Plus for a whole lot less money. The only reason I have the Shield Plus right now is I've got a very good friend of mine that makes his rounds through pawn shops and local gun stores. He's retired and he's able to take and make the rounds, and he found a shop that was trying to clear some of their older inventory in hopes of, I'm assuming, new inventory coming in, and they had a really deep discount. I picked the Shield Plus up for $350 brand new with the 2 magazines. So I thought that was a really good deal, didn't want to pass that up, and I may have to look into possibly unloading just the regular Shield since I really don't have a need for it because of the Plus. Let's move over to the Springfield Armory HellCat. The HellCat also comes with 2 magazines, a 11 rounder and a 13 rounder, and this gun also is one that I had to put money into. I worked with the trigger. I shot a lot of rounds trying to get the trigger to my liking, and I wound up putting an Apex trigger kit in it, and now I'm very comfortable with how it shoots. Maybe I'm too picky, I don't know, but I have to be able to be comfortable with a gun and be able to pull the trigger. The advantage of the HellCat is that it came optic ready. So I was able to immediately put a red dot, green dot, whatever you want, some sort of a red dot on it so that my older eyes can take and pick up something a whole lot better. Disadvantage on the Shield Plus, the $350 model, it is not optic ready, but I took and was willing to sacrifice the retail on this gun is $549. For me to get it for $350, I was really pleased with that. I've seen them for $499 in some of the other stores, but never the $350 range. Last gun we're going to take a look at very quickly is the Canik TP9 Elite SC. I have many videos on this gun. This gun and I get along extremely well. It's a great balanced gun. It comes optic ready. Just pop the plate out, which was a challenge, but another video for another time. Put a plate on it and put a optic on it, and this gun and I have had a lot of rounds and shot a lot of targets. Really like the Canik TP9 Elite SC. The magazine comes with a 12 round, the gun comes with a 12 round magazine, but this gun is kind of like the Glocks on the compacts and the full-size Glocks, where their other guns, the full-size gun magazines, will take and fit in the subcompact. So I could put me an 18 round full-size mag in there. Yes, it hangs out, but I have the capabilities of having just about as many rounds as I want in the Canik. So the plus to the Canik is the price point was $429, brand new at a big box gun store, optic ready, and a trigger that's phenomenal. I really like that. Magazines, I have a Canik full size, so the full size mags work well in this gun, and from the standpoint of the gun, I've had absolutely no problems with it at all. Again, I'm getting way off subject. HellCat, I really don't remember the price point on the HellCat, but I picked it up on my NRA instructor discount. It was somewhere around $500. Again, I had to put the trigger in it in order to make it likable for me. Canik $429, optic ready, and longer magazines go into the gun. Really like that. Glock 43, a lot of rounds on it, a lot of been heavy on Glock for a long time, but all these other guns that are coming out are just really nice. So had to put a trigger in it, had to put an extended base on the magazine in order to get extra capacity. And then we have the two shields, the standard shield and the Shield Plus. Again, the Shield Plus and the standard shield both are exactly the same size, other than the width, which is 110 thousandths thicker on the Shield Plus. More aggressive grip, really like that. If we're comparing the Plus to the Canik, we're going to put these together. The Canik is a little bit longer in the barrel, but magazine in it. As far as top of the rail to the bottom of the magazine, they are virtually identical. Same thing, the Plus to the Glock 43, standard flush magazine in it. The 43 is a tad bit thinner than the Plus, and it's a little bit shorter between the top of the rail and the bottom of the mag well. Lower capacity. And then your HellCat, they're really close in size. The barrels are almost identical. The HellCat does come optic ready, so that is a plus. And as far as the length, the Shield Plus is just a tad, less than 1/4 of an inch longer than the HellCat. Shootability, been extremely pleased with this. I might have already said this, but the Plus and the Shield both fit the same holster, so I don't have to change holsters. And I really think that's the biggest part of what I wanted to take and talk about today. You're going to take and see some videos later on. I'm not going to go into the shooting on this particular video, but I wanted to tell you a little bit, just my thoughts, my 2 cents on the Shield Plus. What I like about it is a lot. They just came into the game a little too late. If they would have come in 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I probably never would have bought the Glock 43. I don't know if I would have gone with the HellCat. I really had to take and get it in order to run rounds on it to find out that the trigger and I just didn't get along quite well. As far as the Canik though, it's a go-to gun. Each and every time that I pick it up, I'm more impressed with it as far as its durability. I probably have 5,000 to 6,000 rounds on this gun. No issues whatsoever. And maybe I've cleaned it once. And I'm using reloads with 115 grain bullets. There's a couple of different bullets that I'm running through it, and it feeds everything. I did like that also on the Plus, that it feeds several different rounds. I tried different brands, different bullet configurations and weights, and everything fed in it. As I expected it to. Smith & Wesson makes a fine product, as well as Springfield, Canik, and Glock. But guys, I really appreciate you watching. Sorry just to take and babble and ramble a little bit, but the Shield Plus was what I was trying to make this on, and I just felt that it needed to be compared to all of the other guns in that same category. I hope you got something out of it. If you have questions, please, in the comments, questions, I'll take and do a comparison, send pictures, whatever, in order to get you the information that you're looking for. But I get a thumbs up on the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. I like it, and I am looking forward to more range time with the larger capacity magazine of the 13 rounds, and being able to practice different types of drills over the 8-round mags. Anyway, guys, just again, I'm trying to take and get into some shade right now. I will be on the range and shooting later, but that's going to be on a different video. I'll take and compile this, the GoPro camera, with some of these comparisons, so you can get some idea of where they are. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. This is Papa D. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you down the road on the next video.